I'm Shane Johnson, a wine enthusiast with a passion for cooking, and you're watching Delicious Wine and Food with the Cork Dork. Today we have an Asian-inspired meal that's going to assault your taste buds with a big spectrum of flavors. We have a pan-seared tuna with a chili soy vinaigrette and a mango salsa. And for our side dish, we're going to be roasting some broccolini in a quick Asian marinade. It's going to be fantastic. You're going to love it. It's quick and easy. You can have it prepared in 30 minutes, give or take 10. And of course, there definitely will be some wine. Alright, so we have some broccolini here. And broccolini is a lot like broccoli, except maybe a little crunchier, a little harder. It's also something that I like to grill with because, as you can see, it would fit on a grill very nicely. But today I'm going to make things easy on myself. I'm just going to use the oven and roast it. So for our quick Asian marinade, it's very simple, very few ingredients. First we take our broccolini, stick it in this Tupperware. Got some olive oil here. Going to use approximately about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Cover the broccolini. Maybe 1 teaspoon, maybe to 2 teaspoons of soy sauce. 1 or 2 teaspoons of sesame oil. A little of this stuff goes a long way, it's very strong. 1 clove of garlic minced. A pinch of bourbon smoked paprika, or just smoked paprika if you can't find bourbon smoked paprika. And a little S&P, salt and pepper. That's all there is to it. Quick and easy, huh? So I put it in the Tupperware, put the lid on, give it a quick shake to incorporate all the ingredients. And then I put it on my baking sheet where I have used a pan spray on. Dumped it out on here. Now let's go ahead and get each broccolini its own little place. And then you can kind of pour the rest of the marinade over them. We're going to put this in the oven at 375 for 15 to 20 minutes. And we're looking for a nice char on them. It's going to be fantastic. It's a great side. So for tonight's dinner, I picked a white wine by Pine Ridge. It's a winery in Napa Valley. And this is a Chenin Blanc and Viognier blend. Now, Chenin Blanc is a grape that its birthplace, I guess, is in the Loire Valley in France. You will see it planted a lot in South Africa where it's known as Steen. It's a very acidic grape that lends itself, because of its high acidity, to make great sparkling wines as well as dessert wines. In this particular case, this wine is a still wine, and the Chenin Blanc here lends a little bit of sweetness to it and a little bit of, a lot of acidity actually. The Viognier portion is a completely different animal than the Chenin Blanc, which is kind of what makes this blend unique. I love Viognier. And Mom, if you're watching this home, it's not pronounced Viognier, it's Viognier. Viognier, its birthplace would be the Rhone Valley in France, but it's also grown all over the world as well. And in California, I really like what they're doing with Viognier. They're getting a lot of aromatic qualities out of it. It's a very wild and exotic smelling grape. I get a lot of honeysuckle a lot of times when I smell it. It's really good with Indian food. For some reason, the two just blend very well. And in this particular blend, it kind of takes a back seat a little bit, unfortunately, to the Chenin Blanc. I think the Chenin Blanc's a little more forward, but it still adds a lot of that exotic perfume to it. So, So upon taking this for a taste drive, It does have that popping acidity to it, which I think is going to be great. It's going to find its groove inside this mango salsa that we're having with the tuna. And of course, it's going to do nothing but complement the spicy flavors that we have in that chili soy vinaigrette. I think this is going to be an ideal wine for this evening's meal. So next what I'm going to prepare is a chili soy vinaigrette, and this is going to go over our tuna. It's going to add some saltiness and a little zip and zang from one of Leslie's jalapenos. Speaking of Leslie's jalapenos, she grows her own peppers. She's got a big assortment of peppers, and they're quite literally about 5 times hotter than what you get in the grocery store. Obviously you're not going to have access to one of Leslie's peppers, but you know, a Fresno pepper, jalapeno, I would actually say serrano pepper would be a great replacement here for that. Start off with some soy sauce. We're going to have 4 tablespoons. Two tablespoons of rice vinegar, seasoned or unseasoned, I don't really care. It's yours. It's going to be your sauce, not mine. 1, 2, probably about a teaspoon's worth of sesame oil again. Some of the aforementioned Leslie's pepper, jalapeno serrano, Fresno chili, those all work. About a tablespoon of cilantro and a tablespoon of sesame seeds. It's going to add to that nutty depth that the sesame oil has and provide a little bit of a crunch. Just give it a quick whisk. Give this a quick taste here. That's good. Now this is something you can make ahead of time, a couple hours. The longer you let it sit, the hotter it's going to get from those jalapenos. It's going to get real hot, but that's what we're looking for. So Leslie, why are your jalapenos so much hotter than what you find in the grocery store?
Well, there's a couple reasons for that. First of all, a lot of time when they grow fruits and vegetables commercially, they don't vine ripen them. Hence, when you hear the term like vine ripened tomatoes, it implies that the fruit has been left on longer, and so you get a lot more flavor that way. In the case of peppers, you're getting a lot more heat. The seeds have time to really develop. The second piece is I got my peppers really close together, and I got a habanero. So anytime you do this, there's the possibility for cross-contamination.
All right, next we're going to make our mango salsa. Obviously you're going to start with 1 diced mango. It's kind of the star of the show right there, the mango. Then about a handful of cherry tomatoes sliced. 1 jalapeno. I haven't de-seeded this. You can if you want to, if you're a wuss. 1 shallot diced. Red onion works great here too, so either or. I would not do white or yellow onion because I can't stand them, and I'm not going to come over and eat yours if you make it with those. So here we go. Then I have 1 avocado diced up. Put that in there. And a couple tablespoons of cilantro. And I like to add, this is hot Hungarian paprika. I like to add a little bit of that on top. A touch of cayenne. A little salt. A little pepper. And once again, I'm going to just sneak a tiny bit of, maybe just a little small drizzle of sesame oil. And then let's mix this together very gently. You don't want the avocado to get all mushy on you. So just kind of swooping down from the bottom and bringing it back up. And then maybe move the bowl as you do that. And there you have it. Mango salsa. for our red wine with this meal, I chose something that's a bit hard to find, but certainly worth the search. It's Booker, and that is the name of the winery, and Ripper is the name of the wine. And it is 100% Grenache, and it comes from Paso Robles, California. Bit of a cult winery, maybe tough to find, but the reason why I picked Grenache is it's very fruity. Got lots and lots of loads and loads of fruit, and it's going to be great with this mango salsa. Specifically, it's not going to get in the way, it's actually just going to complement. Wow, it's just a cascade of flavors coming over my palate. I get strawberry, I get raspberry, I even get blackberries. Lots of fruit. Nothing necessarily tropical, which the mango salsa would lean towards, but yeah, it's going to complement it very well. It's not a very acidic wine, so it's not going to compete in that respect. Now, the good news with Grenache is you don't have to go out and spend a lot of money to get one. Spain, in fact, makes several Grenaches. They're very affordable, $10 or less, and would do the trick just as well as this. Maybe not as luxurious as this, but it certainly would do the trick. Another good alternative, if you didn't want to go Grenache, you could do Pinot Noir. That would be an excellent choice for this as well. And I also would say Beaujolais if you wanted to do something fruity that's light, and Beaujolais is usually inexpensive, so that's another great alternative. Or even possibly a low alcohol fruity Zinfandel. Any of those would be a great choice. However, I'm thinking Booker Ripper is going to be my ideal choice for the red wine tonight. Fantastic. So if you were to ask me the best way to serve tuna, I would probably tell you I'd like to slice it into nice strips and put a little soy sauce and wasabi and just dip it in there raw. But I know a lot of people are squeamish about eating raw tuna. We're actually going to pan sear this. Get a nice little crust on the outside, on both sides, but leave it nice and pink on the inside, because that's going to give it texture. When you cook tuna all the way through, it changes the flavor, and to me it's just not as good. You've got to have a little bit of pink inside, and that's what we're going to do. But first, I'm going to season it with just salt and pepper to start with. Pepper, a little bit of salt, and I'm going to put some of that hot Hungarian paprika on top as well. Give it a little added dimension of flavor. And flip it over and hit it again. Okay, I got my pan scalding hot. It's actually over medium-high heat. And this is going to go really quickly. We want to sear the tuna. Don't get hung up on the time. I could tell you, oh, it's approximately 2 minutes on one side, 2 minutes on the other side. No, that's probably going to be the case, but you want to watch the tuna. I want you to sit right here and watch tuna, and as it cooks, eyeball it, and when it gets to a certain point of the tuna, that's when you flip it, because you don't want it to cook all the way through. Like I said, it changes the taste, and we don't want that. I'm going to put about a tablespoon or two of olive oil in here, just like so. And like I said, this pan is hot, so it is already ready to go. And I'm going to go ahead and set that tuna down in here. Alright, come take a look at this. So see how it's come up? It's turning kind of a light white here. It's ready to flip. We're going to flip it over. Actually, we're going to taste it around the pan first. Oh, look at that, nice crust. And again, I don't want to cook it all the way through, so we're going to just get it just a little bit of the way up here to where it's nice and done on char on the outside and pink in the center. Okay, I think we're ready. And here we go. Alright, so we're going to give it a quick cut here. It's only because Leslie and I are going to share it. And look, nice and pink. Right there, that's what you want to see. I have sliced some English cucumbers. I like to put the fish on top and then pour the chili soy vinaigrette over it. It gives it a nice crunch and it's refreshing. You can skip this step if you don't want to. If you don't want to mess with the cucumbers, that's fine. I just kind of think it adds something really nice to the dish. Place the fish on the top like that. All right, so here I got my chili soy vinaigrette, and I am going to just spoon that over the top, like so. And you want it to cover some of the cucumbers too, because it actually goes really well with the cucumbers, as well as the tuna. And by the way, it's had time to sit, so I'm sure these jalapenos are nice and hot by now, and it's going to have a nice spicy kick to it, including from the saltiness from the soy sauce as well. And then last but not least, we've got our mango salsa. And by the way, I added some lime juice and lime zest to this because it needed a little acid. You just spoon that over the top, like so. And finally, we have some of our broccolini that's nice and charred. Going to put that on our plate as well. And this will be a perfect complement to our fish. Well, this looks fantastic.
Looks amazing.
Can't wait to try it. I'm going to dive into this tuna first. Let me get as much as I can. I'll get all this cucumber, got the chili soy vinaigrette on there, and all this mango salsa here. I'm mutilating this. I'm getting hungry. Wow. That is really good.
Yeah, that's amazing.
The tuna is meaty. Got great texture to it. That soy vinaigrette, chili soy vinaigrette is very spicy, but complements in the background, and the fruitiness of the mango salsa, that's really good. Let's try some of these broccolinis. I haven't tried that yet. It's got a lot of nuttiness from the sesame oil. Nice char on it. And nice and crunchy. It stayed nice and firm. And that's also very good. And of course we have our, in this case now we're drinking the Grenache from Booker Vineyards. Oh, that's great with it as well. Fantastic. Another meal well done. Once again, I'm Shane Johnson, and you're watching Delicious Wine and Food with the Cork Dork. Cheers. Today we have an Asian-inspired meal that's going to assault your taste buds with a big spectrum of flavors. We have a seared pan tuna. I think it really complements the tuna really well in this dish. And the mango salsa is going to add a whole nother. One jalapeno. I haven't de-seeded this. You can if you want to, if you're a wuss. I like it a little hot. Okay, I got my pan searing.
Up my pan searing over
pan
here.
Searing. Hey! Let's get some pan searing going. What you say? All right. I'll give it a quick cut. I'm not gonna keep that because I said quick cut.
Things go haywire after the wine comes out.
Yep. Just keep rolling.
Okay. Yeah, you might say something dumb. Might be funny. Oh, or I might be funny. Who knows?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you never know.
I think I'm funnier than I really am.
Yep.
Alright.
We are the biggest nerds ever, and I am A-okay with that.